Hey guys, welcome to Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Ronnie and we're going to get started with the live stream. Right now we're looking at gold, XAUUSD on the 5 minutes real quick. We're going to get into our top-down analysis, guys. I apologize, my power went out. We're having a thunderstorm over here, so I had to get everything restarted, but we'll give it a few minutes and then we're going to get started, guys, so welcome. Today was a big day, big moves on gold. There was the FOMC news at 2 p.m. We'll show you this candlesticks right now at 2 p.m. right here. We had this big bearish move. Here was the leading up to 2 p.m. today. FOMC news was right here. Price of gold was 1803 and we had this big bullish engulfing candle where price went up to 1808. So it was a big 50 pip move right at 2 p.m. today. We let all the snipers know about that news because it does impact the markets. Okay guys, so we're gonna get started here in a few minutes. Okay, last night was a great call, and trade ideas today banked a lot of pips for the members. It was a great day. Okay guys, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna a very bearish candle right now opening up at 9 p.m. Okay, so we're gonna see how low this candle can go down to. If it can clear all of this support right here, there it goes. Okay, so the markets are opening up 9 p.m. very bearish. Dumping really hard. Okay, you can see the price went up to 1805 and look at it come all the way down, very bearish. This is the first couple minutes in this 5 minute candle and it's coming down. It's breaking this previous support at 1803 and we're going to see it come down to here, and we're going to see how far down this can come back to. Are we going to test 1800, the price back down to 1800, and see if it holds there, or are we going to break 1800 today, guys? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go to the daily time candles. We're going to look at the daily higher time frame. We're going to look at the dailies, and then we're going to move into looking at the lower time frame. So let's see gold here. We've been following it all week. We've been doing live streaming, live trading. So we're going to see here. So we have our resistance down here. Okay, we got 1765. Daily resistance, I'm going to change my colors to yellow, so we can see we bounced off of 1750 and we've been creating higher highs and higher lows on gold. But now we have rejection wicks. We had our first rejection wick up here at 1815. Okay, that was just on July 6th. We hit a high of 1815 and gold came down to 1797. This was yesterday's candle that we traded, this daily candle. It came down to 1794 and we picked up momentum and we came all the way up to 1810 yesterday, and it sold off and it closed at 1803. And this is today's daily candle. It's a small range doji candle. You can see it's flipping from green to red, so we have a very small range. So we're going to see, is it going to start to consolidate up here? Are we going to come back and retest these wicks, or are we going to start to get a pullback and a reversal going into trading tonight and tomorrow? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm looking for the range of where price action can go, and I'm looking at the daily support and resistance. Eric Virgin, hello brother, welcome. So I'm just going real quick into the daily candlesticks. We're seeing that it's been how high it went yesterday. This was the candle we traded yesterday. We got in at the buy at 1797. We took it all the way up. It went up to 1810 after the call. The daily candle closed at 1804. And then this red doji candle is today's candle. It's right in there. It's a very small range. So we're going to follow its direction right now. So that's good enough for me for my daily support and resistance. Like, I don't need to go too far. I'm just focused on this area. If we can, because gold right now is at 1803. So I have up until 1815, and then if we go bearish, I have till 1788. I could add one more above 1815 if gold really starts to break out later tonight going into New York, 1825 up there. But this is all I need to focus on right now. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my hourly candles. Okay, and we're going to get some support and resistance on the hourlies. I can see right now the last few hours of gold, it's been consolidating in this range. But so we will be looking for a move, either bullish or bearish on this call or after the call. But it's always good to do that technical analysis. I'm going to change the hourly now to white so that we can see where the white lines are. That's hourly. Yellow lines are going to be for daily support and resistance. Okay. So I'm targeting these bodies. If we start to break above 1805, we can get up to 1807. Okay, and then if we get up 1807, we have all of these upper wicks that we could touch up here. And then above that is our daily resistance. And if we break above that, you can see where the hourly price action wants to go to. It wants to go to 1811, 1812, and above there. And then now if we go bearish, okay, so if this hourly candle comes down where we're at right now, we're right at that daily support, 1803. If we start to come down bearish, price action is going to go below, touch these hourly wicks at 1802.50. And if it breaks there, we're going to head down to this level, possibly 1800, 1801, right in there, okay? And if we lose this area, then action will come down to, let's see here, possibly 1798 right here, okay? And then we have that one more, that daily support where we have that big rejection wick. Okay, right there, 1797. So that's good enough for the hourly. Now we just need to see what type of trend do we have on the hourly. So we had the big sell-off right here on July 6th. Gold started to make some higher lows on the bottom. We created a higher high, pulled back, made a higher low. We came all the way up where we pushed to 1810. This was today at 8 a.m. And in New York session, started to push it down. Okay, you see 10 a.m. we came all the way down 1797. We got moved back up, but then it came down bearish. 2 p.m. today we had the FOMC news right here where price came back up to 1808 and sold off. Now we're consolidating right in this range from 1802 to 1805. It's a 30 pip range on the hourly candles, so we can scalp it, but I can see that we are consolidating on the hourly frame. Okay, so now when we drop down to the 5 minutes to start scalping gold, we have our targets. Okay, so yellow is daily, white is hourly. Now when we get into our 5-minute scalping, we can see what it's doing. Okay, so we are coming back down. We just broke below the daily support. We're picking back up, came up, but it created a lower high. Remember the overall time frame from up here on the 5 minutes? It was 1808. So price on gold is dropping. Okay, it came down to 1802. Then the pullback came and we got up to 1805, which is still a lower high from up here. So this is still pushing down. If we break right here, 1802.50, that's going to create a new lower high, and gold is going to possibly come down to 1800. We could be looking for a sell situation coming up very, very quickly right here, guys. Okay. So I just want to identify some support and resistance areas. Okay, so this wick right here, we need to identify that. So 1805, that's the high of this candle. This was right when the call started, okay? 9 p.m. always has an erratic candle. You can see that it came down to 1802.50 and it went up to 1805, okay? It was a 20-25 pip candle, very erratic. But we're starting to see now the direction. Buyers tried to come in and push it back up to 1804. It created a lower high on our 5 minutes. And next candle is bearish, coming back down to possibly retest this hourly support. And take note that the price action on the 5 minutes is below the daily resistance up here, okay? So we may get a further push down. And if we get that push, if we break here, then we're looking for price to come to here. So these will be like take profit targets right here, 1801, 1802 area. And then below there, we could come down to here before we get down to that next hourly support, okay? And then if we really break down, wow, look at this clean traffic. We could come all the way down. So what I like to do with candles like this is I like to just divide them in half, like right around here. If I can find a psychological number, and it's right there, 1800, okay? So that's where I'm going to target another take profit right there, exactly 1800. Okay, here's the impulse break, guys. Get ready. Okay, this is the impulse break. Okay, so we're going to see if price action can have that impulse break right here. Okay, remember this is the impulse, guys. Okay, so here's the impulse break. We're breaking below an hourly support. Okay, so there's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. So what we're going to see is how is the candle going to close. Okay, this is just the initial impulse break right now. Okay, there's those traders that like to take impulse trades. We trade impulse and retest confirmation candles, but we like to show you how this develops. Okay, you can see that it came down right here and got rejected. It's got a wick coming right back up where buyers are taking it up. So you can see that that's what an impulse move is. We have absolutely no real confirmation that it's really going to break down, but some traders like to take these because sometimes they do really break down 5, 10, 15 pips and go down. And then what we're looking for is the reversal and the retest candle. So let's I'm going to add a technical indicator RSI on my chart, and that's for strength and momentum. So here it is. I add the mid-level 50, okay, on my chart as well. I like to know the psychological midpoint because relative strength index oscillates between 0 and 100. So I like to see right here when it broke, that's when we got those big bearish candles, and you can see we're approaching 33 on RSI, getting possibly down to 30, which is considered that oversold area where we could see buyers step in and reverse this. Okay, so this, we'll see what happens here. Right after this impulse candle closes, I want to see, is this body going to close below this hourly support or is it going to close above it? Okay, so that's why we just show you what an impulse candle is, just breaking below. So we're watching more the close of the candle and then the retest. Okay, and we are getting considerably oversold here. Is there a head and shoulder pattern? Yeah, so you can see the head and shoulder pattern. Okay, here's your left shoulder right here. I'm on the 5 minutes, so right here. So we have a left shoulder right here. Okay, here's your head up here. Okay, head. And then your right shoulder, if you go opposite from your left shoulder, right here, and then that's where that breakdown was. Okay, and then you see that retest wick, how it came up, and then there's your head and shoulder breakdown. Once it got below that daily support, there's the drop. So if you took the sell at 1805, price is down to 1802. There's a 30 pips on that head and shoulder break right there. Okay, and here's our retest candle, guys. There it goes. Okay, so see how the candle came down, it closed above the hourly, but then we have next candle continuation right here, open, and now it's going down. Okay, so this is continuing the bearish downtrend, but we'll see how far down it can go because we are getting down to 30 on the RSI, but it's a weak strength. Okay, so this is why we show you this visually. Okay, if you need, I'll put it up again to show you. and we could potentially come down. These red lines are take profit areas, okay? So there's the impulse, and then here's your retest candle coming down, okay? And it came down from 1802.50 to 1801.80. So that's a 7 pip move, guys, just on this candle. 7 pips. Could go down further. But you guys also understand that we're getting really oversold here, but price could still drop. But if you go up 7 to 10 pips, maybe this is the time where you would look to scale out some profits, because this could reverse on us. But yeah, I want to see, maybe RSI will really break down below 30, come down to 25, and you'll see the price really drop. But it looks like we want to maybe come down and test 1800 area, okay? Okay, so identify how low we got to. There's the wick right there. So we got down to 1801.50 on this candle, and now we have buyers pushing it up, okay? So we'll watch how this candle closes. If this candle body can close below the white line, then maybe we're going to get a reversal, like a pullback. But then maybe sellers will come back down at this hourly resistance and push it down on the 5 minutes again, okay? So that's why it's always important to understand what the overall trend is. BB King, what's going on, bro? What platform are you using? I'm using TradingView. TradingView. It's a free platform for charting and analysis. And if you do want to add additional indicators, there is a monthly fee. It is cheap, but it works. Just use the free platform. You get up to 3 indicators you can use on your charts, and the free platform is amazing. Recommend brokers. We use Fusion Brokers. They're from Australia. They have really good spreads, really good commissions. Like a standard lot is $4.50 when we're trading gold, and the spreads are really good on gold and Bitcoin. The spread of gold right now is it's 8 right now, so less than a pip. So zero point 0.8 of a pip right now is the spread. So it's really good spreads and good commissions. That's Fusion Markets is the broker, and they're based in Australia. Okay, so here we go, guys. And also, guys, if you're in this sell, okay, Bilgen, he saw the head and shoulder pattern up here. So that's why when you guys start to see these patterns, look at where you can get in up here, 1805. And you're up 30, 40 pips right now, okay? We just got in on the retest candle right here, 1802.50 down to 1801, okay? So this is good for 10 pips, guys, 10 pips, okay? So you maybe want to scale out, because maybe we're going to start to reverse once we get close to 1800. RSI is starting to get oversold, so we might see a little bounce, come back up to this white line, which is the hourly resistance, and maybe we'll create a lower high and sellers will push it down for the next leg down. But if you're in profits right now, 10, maybe we'll get another push down to here. What if we get down to this hourly support, 1800.75, okay? Yeah, no worries, man. Good question. So yeah, brokers, good spreads, platforms, all of that. Yep. And then we use MT4 for trading, MT4, MT5. Okay, guys, so we have now 10 seconds left on this 5-minute candle, and we'll see how it closes. And the next candle may turn green bullish, and we might see a reversal, or we're going to get a continuation off this red candle, and sellers will continue to push it down. There's the open of the next candle. Okay, so it opened red, bearish. Sellers are trying to push it down to continue off of this candle. We need to lose this support right here at 1801.25. If we lose that support, we could possibly come down to here. But now you see how it flipped green, what I was just warning you guys about, okay? So you can see the RSI is starting to bounce down here at a level of 20, 27, 28. So we could get a pullback now, guys, okay? So if you're up 10 pips plus, if you're up 10, 15, 20 pips, depending where you took the sell, I would suggest to scale out a little bit of profits right now, because this could start to reverse, okay? Okay, and then also we can get into the reversal, okay? So if you got those profits on that sell right there, then we could start to look for maybe a reversal. But I like to follow price action, as you guys know. So price came up here to 1801.74, which is below this 5-minute resistance, and it's got an upper rejection wick. So look at, sellers are still continuing the momentum to push it down, okay? And now we're starting to break this 5-minute support right here at 1801.25. So price could potentially, if there is more momentum, come down to this level, 1800.75, okay? This next hourly support. But see now how it's turning into a spin top candle where it's got these rejection wicks on the top and bottom and a small thin body. That's indecision. Okay, now it's turning green. Okay, so you can see the sellers and buyers are fighting for price. It's very neutral, but there will be a move, and it looks like maybe there could be a reversal move stepping in here. Okay. There's always a really nice move at just before 9 p.m., like a quarter to 9, 8:45, 8:50, 8:55. You can see the move, like right here. Here's 8:50, 8:55, and 9 o'clock. You can see that this was developing the right shoulder. Here's your left shoulder. Here's your head. Here's your right shoulder. So this is where it started to break down. 9 o'clock, you got that big bearish engulfing candle come down. There's your retest, come up, and big rejection, and then continue to go down. Okay, so that's a great move just before 9 o'clock, before the call started, and then headed down. So if you took the sell up here at 1805, you understand that pattern, and it comes down. You can grab 30, 40 pips. Okay. So, and then secure your profits, guys, because we'll continue to trade. We'll look for different trades. Okay. But like I said, when it's coming down here, look to secure profits because we could be getting a reversal. Okay. Okay, here it comes. Okay, so if we get into a buy, we're looking for this candle to close maybe 50% of this red candle and then to move up and then have a break above 1802 right here, this hourly support. So if you guys like, again, to get into, like, if you're scalping here, we think that this is going to be a nice bull reversal. What we're looking for is we're looking for the impulse break above here and to get back up to this yellow line, 1803, back up to this daily resistance, and then we'll see what happens up there. Okay, and RSI is bouncing right here, but it needs to get back above this level. Okay, right here, around 40, for it to be bullish again, to continue some momentum. Okay, see here where it came, it consolidated, then it went down below 30. Now it could be coming up again, testing 40. Okay, if it gets rejected up here, then what you're going to see is a wick form on this candle, and then the sellers will push it down further. But this is going to be the reversal. Okay, so if you're taking a buy here, guys, then what you would want to do is, maybe to be safe, place your stop loss below here, below this hourly support, just so it doesn't really further break down. But you got to give it some room to breathe. You gotta allow accumulation. Okay, and then we could possibly see the reversal coming back up here. Okay, but that all depends on the strength down here. Okay, if we're not getting the strength, the push, then sellers will just come in and push this down. This wick will create a new lower high from up here, lower high, and a lower high, and continue to push down. Okay, so look at now how that candle closed. This candle came up, made a high up here at 1802.15, came down, but it closed above this red line. The red line is that 5-minute resistance. Next candle, here's your retest. See how it came down? It's got a wick right there. Again, it's coming down to retest it again. So if buyers step in now to create this push up, we need to see this wick on the bottom start being formed, and sellers or buyers come in and push this move up. Okay, and then what you're watching is the price action. Is it making a higher low from down here? This was the low, 1801.17, and the low of this candle now is 1801.60. So that is 4 pips higher. So it is making a higher low, but what we need from this candle is to get above this previous wick so that it can attempt to get up to 1802.21, break above there, and then try and attempt 1802.50. That's that hourly resistance right here. Okay, so this is the pullback. Here's the bearish move going down, and then this is the pullback. But the pullback could do something like this. It could come up, impulse break, but then it could get rejected. Okay, sellers could come down and push it back down, and then you could see a move like this and then break down further. Okay, there is that move that can happen like this. Okay, you could see it like that. Or what we could see is the bullish move. We could see right now price action is going to go up, probably come back down, get new buyers, and then we can push up to here and then right back up to here. Okay, okay, so here's going to be that was your impulse break right there. Okay, but we're really looking at this area, 1802.50. This is the hourly resistance right now. Okay, so this is the pullback trade, but this is the hourly. And again, look at that RSI. Okay, it's at 35 right now. We need it to push above 40 so that it can get that momentum so we can break this hourly resistance. Okay, you need momentum, you need strength to break higher time frame resistance. It has to happen. You cannot break higher time frame resistance with weak momentum. Okay, so you see now how we're attempting to get up to that 40. Now it's at 39. Okay, so that's why we're getting this nice bullish candle, because it's filling with liquidity. It's getting that buying volume we need. See how the body is getting larger? Okay, so we're building up that momentum to break 1802.50. Okay, and then what you can do if you're in the trade, take your stop loss and then start to place it where you get closer, so you have good risk to reward and you're going to get good pips. Okay, and that's all scalping the market is. Okay, on this play you grab 10 pips. On this play you can possibly grab maybe 5, 10, maybe more. We'll see. Is this going to be a really nice reversal, or is this just going to be a pullback creating a lower high and sellers are going to come in and push it down? Okay, that's what scalping the markets is, guys. Okay, that's why you got to understand what is really going on with price action. And again, tonight we're right back down to that 1800, that psychological level. You see how price action throughout the day goes to 1790, back to 1800, to 1810, back down to 1805, back down to 1800. This is a psychological big number, 1800. So it might take a few days to consolidate around this area before it determines its big move. Okay, and then if we start to break bullish and we hold 1800 for a couple days, then we can attempt to get to, remember, 1810, hold above there. Then our next zone, our high this week was 1815. Next target, if we can hold that, is 1825, and then we can make our way up to 1850 possibly if gold is going to be bullish the rest of this week and maybe next week. But we also got to keep in mind, if gold goes bearish, okay, if we lose 1800, then we're going to come down to 1790, 1780. Antonio Soto, what's going on? Bringing my boys in, bro. Yeah, man, we welcome you guys to bring in all your friends, family. If you guys want to learn how to trade, that's what Dave and I do. We teach you guys how to trade. We make money. We make pips. You guys are welcome to ask questions. You guys know how we do it here. It's full interaction. I enjoy when you guys ask questions. You know, it keeps me talking, keeps me going. And all questions are good. Like we just had BB King ask about brokers and the platforms and things like that. If you guys have any questions, like just ask, guys. Okay, and then we look for trades throughout the night. Okay, we grab this sell. Like again, we started the call at 9. Just like last night, we cut the tail end. If we get these calls maybe just the 10-15 minutes earlier, then we could really get this breakdown up here at 1805. We would have been in that trade, the sell, down to here for 40-50 pips. But it is what it is. We're scheduled to start at 9 p.m. But it's not always like that. Sometimes the moves, there's nothing that happens. This week in Asian Tokyo session's been really good. Okay, some weeks are very, very slow when we trade this session, but this week's been good. Lots of volatility, good movements. And guys, if you're new here, just hit the subscribe button, notifications, like these videos, so that you guys don't miss out, because we do pop-up calls too. We're going to do live webinars. We're going to do also add London session. Look at this, guys. Okay, so this is what I want to show you guys. Okay, so see that was just the impulse break. Look at how it got rejected at the white line. Okay, remember the white line is hourly resistance. Let me get rid of this, okay, because I want to show you how to really trade with the trend. Okay, this. Remember we did our top down. Gold was bearish. Okay, remember I showed you on the 5 minutes. We also have a head and shoulder pattern formed right here. Remember I told you it got up to 1808. It came down, it pulled back. That's what created the head on the head and shoulder pattern. It's a lower high at 1805. Pushed down, and there was the breakdown. So the overall momentum is bearish, guys. That's why we trade with the trend. And I was telling you, these two green candles are just a pullback. Okay, it didn't get above the white line and close above it. So I told you it's going to reverse back to the hourly resistance, and I told you sellers could come in and hammer it down, and that's what they're doing right now. Okay, so we could break right now bearish. Okay, if we lose this next hourly support right here, right now, it's going to come down. So if you're in this trade and you still have that partial runner, you can continue to collect pips. That's why we love partial runners. You can catch big moves like this. Okay, here it goes. Okay, so targets that it's going to come down to is right down here, 1800, psychological 1800, guys. This is big for gold tonight. Okay, are we going to break below 1800, or are we going to hold it here? But in the meantime, you can collect some profits. Okay, that's why this move, this pullback, it's you got to understand what happened on this pullback, guys. If there's any questions on this pullback, you're welcome to ask. But this was the bearish move. This was the pullback. This is the hourly resistance, 1802.50. Okay, when we do the top down, do you see how the candle tried to break above it, and then it pushed down, and then that gave sell orders up here. There's a sell block. Market makers could possibly see that happen, and then they have the sell orders, supply and demand, and they push the price down further. Okay, and look at the RSI. Remember I set the high up there at 40, the red line. Do you see how the RSI came up there? And I told you, if it can't break 40, we're not going to have that momentum, that push. And then look at it come right back down to 30. Okay, again, it's retesting 30. And now we could possibly see a little bit of divergence here. Okay, do you guys, if you guys know what divergence is price is coming down right here. Okay, you can see it's making lower lows, but the strength on the RSI is slowly like increasing. Like if you plot it right there, okay, you can see that the price is coming down and the strength is slowly, it's going up. So you could see another reversal pretty much happening right here. Okay, if not, if we continue to break and close below here, it will push down, and you'll see the RSI line break below that white arrow. Okay, but that's just, it's telling us that there could be some bullish divergence coming up. Okay, and that's what I'm starting to see. See how the wick is forming? The low it got down to was right here. Okay, 1850. That was the low just now. But watch how this candle is going to close now. Okay, Tunes, what's going on, bro? Thank you. Antonio, why 1800? Okay, good question. 1800, it's a psychological number. It's a big number. Gold, if you understand how gold trades, it's gravitated towards these psychological numbers. When you get familiar with the way how it trades, 1800, 1850, 1900, 1950, 2000. If you do your analysis on like daily candles, you'll see that price is gravitated to that area. It wants to consolidate there for a little bit, and then it can move from there. But 1800 it's a good area to do your analysis. Like I could see it when it was breaking down from 1805 up here. I could on the head and shoulder pattern, but I had it down, coming down to possibly 1800. But now I'm going to see, can it break? Like what we're going to get now on this call is possibly another pullback. But if it pulls back and it creates another lower high, like up here, and we get a lower high right here, sellers could come in and push it down further. Then we'll break below the 1800, and then we're going to start getting into the 1798, back down to 1795 area. Okay, but we're going to see how this holds. Okay, But look at the price now. Now it's coming down to our next target. Next target, red line, 1800 on, look at 1800 double digits, zeros, okay? Psychological number. If we break below 1800, I could see price coming down to 1798.50, okay? That's the next hourly support right there, okay? Look at it here, could break down. If you want one more price target before we get there, I would cut it in half at 1799 right there, okay? And then you can see how we have it targeted, okay? I'm looking right here. This was 10:30 a.m. today. This is where gold really dropped in the morning during 10:30 a.m. Eastern, okay? So we could be revisiting those lows, okay? But keep in mind the reversal, guys, could happen. So if you're in profits right here, the sell was up here at 1802.50. Sorry, this keeps moving on my screen. 1802.50. Price just came down to 1800. Okay, so you're looking at a good 20 pip move. Okay, plus. Okay, if we get there, this could be 25 pips. Okay, and we cut the tail end 25 pips. Okay, the big move was at 1805. This could have been 50, 60 plus pips. Look at it dropping, guys. Okay, look at it. There it goes. Look at the RSI on the bottom of my screen. Okay, you see that divergence, that bull divergence, how it didn't hold. See how the line is breaking below it. Okay, so that's why it's good to just identify, but you got to follow price action. Okay, you have to follow price action. Price action, I told you guys, it's the king, okay? It's real time, it's real price action. It's nice to identify divergence, but if it breaks below your line, then that divergence doesn't hold, okay? But look at the price now. See, now we're breaking below 1800. Now we got down to 1799.80, okay? So now we could see buyers stepping in here, okay? Unless this wants to fall down a little further down to 1799.23 right here, okay? But see the initial pullback? That pullback allowed the sellers to take them down right here at the hourly resistance, guys. Okay? And there it goes. So we have less than 2 minutes on this candle. A minute 55. So we're going to watch how it closes. If we start to close below the next 1800, this next hourly support, then we'll see possibly another pullback, but similar to what happened here. It could come up and get rejected here, but this might be the second leg pullback. Okay, this one might have a little bit more strength, a little bit more momentum, where buyers could push it up a little further. But that's, again, we're going to see that how it happens live. Okay, we'll call it out. And guys, we appreciate you guys for subscribing and liking to all the videos. Thank you. Dave and I really appreciate it. Our trade ideas, guys, today, they went for 100, 200 pips where we send our snipers. So guys, if you want to further your trading, you want to really advance it, join the sniper team for $1 a day. The website's right there, stocksnipertrading.com. Head on over, check out our website. Join the free newsletter. Just drop your email. We put out daily blogs out there. We give you guys information what's going on in the markets, trades we took with MT4 tickets, all kinds of stuff. Those are free blogs, and you can sign up there. You get trade ideas, online tutorials, you get private mentorship with Dave and I. So there's a lot you get in there. And then also, guys, we have a free Telegram group. If you just want to join a free Telegram group, we drop one trade idea in there here once in a while. We drop all kinds of stuff in there. It's Telegram. It's Stock Sniper Trading FX. Okay, if you guys want a free Telegram group. There's a lot of free stuff Dave and I offer, okay? This is free education, free trading, there's free Telegram groups, there's free daily blogs. But if you guys want to join the sniper team, it's $1 a day. Spots are filling up fast, so I would suggest if you guys really want to take your trading to the next level, you guys should really join the sniper team with us. Will I ever use MT4 for my streaming? Yeah, I could do that. That's not a problem. Like if you guys want to see that, that's not problems. It's just when I'm like I can do that, no problem. Like if that's what you guys want to see, if you guys really want to see how we click with the MT4s where we're taking buys and sells, no issues with that. I just gotta set it up because I trade on my mobile. Okay, I'm old school. I trade on my mobile. I got my phone right in front of me right here. I get into buys, sells, things like that. I've always been trading on my phone, But if you guys want to see it on desktop, I'll download the MT4 and you guys can see the trades that I take. No issues with that. Okay, so here's the pullback right here, guys. Okay, so you see how with the wick, it wicked out right here below 1800. You guys got to identify price action every single wick if you guys are following this, like on 5-minute frames and things like that, because you got to understand what it's doing. You got to get that information. Okay, so it came down right here to 1799.70, and we pushed up, and the body of the candle closed above 1800. Okay, so this could be the second leg pullback I was telling you guys about. Okay, but you see how the candle got up to this hourly resistance 1872, and it's got a little bit of a wick. It got rejected, but there's still lots of time on this candle, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So if this candle starts to fill up with green volume and it has that push, it could break above here, and then it's going to come to these next red lines. These are our next resistance on the 5 minutes. Okay, and this could be the pullback. So again, guys, if you're getting ready to look for a buy on gold, I would look for a buy above this white line. Okay, with confirmation 1800.76, because remember, you're counter trading. Okay, but look at this. This is what's happening, guys. Right here, see the reversal, how it came up. It wicked out right here at 1873, and now it's pushing down. Okay, so you got to watch this. It was green, it came up, but look at where it got rejected. It got rejected again at this hourly resistance 1873, and we have a candle coming down bearish, continuing to come down, following this downtrend. Look at the RSI now. Okay, you see the RSI is again breaking below 30. Okay, 26. There could be buyers of gold accumulating in here to start to push to reverse this, but we may see spin top candles, a lot of indecision, some consolidation before it starts to reverse. Are you taking trades now? Yeah, I take trades all the time, all the time. Throughout the day, I'm trading. Okay, so I take trades all the time, guys. And do you, Tunes, do you study correlations of pairs and see how they move? One pair is moving and vice versa. Yeah, you can do that, okay? But you got to remember, like a lot of guys follow like DXY, the US dollar index, and they pair it with the GBP, they pair it with the euro and things like that. But you got to understand, if you're trading that, you got to also analyze the euro GBP pair, because just because the US dollar is strong, that doesn't mean that the British pound and the euro are always going to be weak, because the euro could be stronger than the British pound. So it's good to study correlations, but I'm more of just, I get in a chart and I trade price action. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. Okay, I don't like to clutter my charts with to have multiple charts where I'm looking at different pairs and things like that on correlation. I like, you give me a chart and I trade it. I look at it, I look at price action. Okay, I'm not really worried what other pairs are doing. I'm focused on the pair that I'm trading. Okay, so if I'm trading, let's say GBPUSD, I'm not really worried what the US dollar is doing on the 5 minutes, okay? Because I'm really focused on the price action. That's how I trade. Everyone is different. Some people use other correlations for all kinds of pairs, and if it works, great, then do it. You know, I'm not anyone to say that it doesn't work, but just me personally, you guys see how I trade. I like to focus on one trade a day. If I get my 30, 50, 100 pips, then I don't need to clutter everything with multiple charts and everything. I just focus on one. I get my pips and I dip. I get in and I get out. I make my daily pips and I'm happy and I'm out. And you can get a lot of pips with gold and Bitcoin. That's why I like to trade these. US 30 and NAS 100, they move. You got to get that volatility. You can come in and scalp those markets. A New York session is wild. Like, you can get huge moves. Today at FOMC, guys, okay, FOMC, if you guys aren't familiar with that, what that is, that was a big US they had a lot of announcements at 2 p.m. today, 2 p.m. Eastern time. So if you follow your forexfactory.com, you can see the bull move here at 130. You could see it when gold was priced right here at 1800, 1801. You see the uptrend. We broke the daily right here, the hourly resistance, 1802.50. That's where we just broke down. It came up. And look at it, pulled back, but then look at 2 p.m. They had some news, and look at the gold. It broke the daily right there. 1803, and look at the price in 5 minutes. It came all the way up to 1808. A 50 pip move on a 5-minute candle. If you just understand when to trade those high impact news events, and you can grab those pips, guys. Look at the bullish reversal right now, okay? So now we're breaking above the hourly resistance, okay? So this is where you can get into a quick scalp on a buy, okay? So if I just move this over here, okay? So this is like the candle that's starting to impulse break, okay? 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on it, still lots of time, but this could be the second leg pullback. Here was leg 1, then the sellers pushed it down. This could be the leg 2 pullback, okay? So if you like counter trading, you like seeing what's going on, you could get into maybe another possible buy here and maybe collect 5-10 pips or more, depending on where this goes. But watch the price action, okay? Because look at the body. The body is still below 1846. We have not closed above it yet. We're just impulse breaking right now, okay? But the next candle will give us more confirmation. Okay, and look at RSI again, bounce off of 29, come right back up. But if it gets rejected again here at 40, then guess what? It's possibly going to come right back down. We need to break above 40 to have a nice bullish momentum run up here. Okay, but again, guys, if you like to scalp, I like to draw my charts for you guys. This is the impulse break right here. Okay, and then the next candle we'll wait for is the retest. Okay, so this is like how you would set it up for the buy. Okay, you could target, maybe price wants to come back up to there. Where do you place your stop loss? Okay, you can place your stop loss below these previous lows right here, this 5-minute low. But if you really believe that this is going to be a nice bullish pullback, you want it to allow it to breathe, place your stop loss below here. Okay, you could go below this next 5-minute support, 17.99.25. Okay, and then what you're looking for is this is a 1-to-1 on your money, a 1-to-1. You're willing to risk this much to make this much. If you believe that this reversal is going to come back up to 1802.50, if we're going to get that momentum. If not, this is going to be the similar situation right here. It's going to be a pullback, sellers will come in and push it down. But this is the impulse candle, guys, impulse. This is not the retest candle, okay? You guys know how I tell you guys this on these calls, okay? So I like to wait for confirmation, candles to close. See how it came up bullish impulse, but it's turning into a shooting star now, and it's going back bearish, okay? So that's why, guys, don't counter trade impulse candles. Do not counter trade impulse candles, okay? I hope I make that clear, because you could have got caught on this one, you could have got caught on this one as well, okay? So if you like impulse candles, trade those with the momentum. Maybe we get a bearish impulse going down. That's the candle maybe you want to take an impulse sell on, okay? Remember, it's tough to counter trade when you don't have the momentum. Look at how the RSI came back down to 30 again, okay? So you can see that the sellers are continuing to push it down. Every time it gets pulled back, sellers are there. There's a lot of orders, okay? There's a lot of supply up here where it looks like they want to push gold down tonight, maybe back down to 17.95. If we flip to our daily candles, we can take a look at where price wants to go on right now. Okay, so let's take a look. These are our daily candles. Okay, look at our daily candle now. It turned into a really bearish candle. Look at it. We got the high up here, 1805, and look at it coming down. Okay, we might engulf yesterday's candle. Look at the body at 1797. If we get down on this daily candle and we engulf 1797, price action will come down to 1794.95 area. That's what I'm targeting. I'm targeting 1795. Look at it coming down bearish. Okay, so here it comes. Okay, so if you're in the sell, you can continue to hold or continue to take some partial profits. But right now, price is consolidating, guys. Look at this, okay? So price is consolidating. There's always going to be a time where price wants to consolidate, and right now it's consolidating in this range, okay? See how we're getting a red, green, red body all in this range, okay? So it could break down further, come down here, or a buy would be up here, okay? 1800.75. That's, I'm telling you guys right now ahead. If we get above 1875 and we close above there with a retest, that is going to be a buy signal, okay? I will draw it like this for you guys. If you see this happen, this develop, you get that impulse. That was that impulse break right there. But what we need is an impulse candle to break and close above. have a retest, come down here, pick up liquidity, get that buying volume, and then we move up to here. Back up to this 1802 with a small pullback, we create a higher low, and then gold can get back up to here, 1803. Okay, that's going to be the bullish move, the buy. Okay, but I'm not taking a buy until I get price close above 1876. Okay, hope that makes sense. I'm watching now price down here, but also keep in mind wicks too. Okay, rejection wicks. If we get some wicks on the bottom, that means buyers are accumulating. But the way how I showed you that daily candle, it looks like it's bearish. Like gold wants to come down. Okay, next area, if we break right here, 1799.23. Price is going to come down to this white line. White line is our next hourly support, 1798.43, guys. Okay. Yeah, like sorry guys, so I'm just reading. US 30 downtrend, uptrend. Yeah, US 30, we killed US 30. Dave, man, he killed US 30. He collected 400 pips scalping it live yesterday. And he's few trade alerts sent to group, and those ones collected. We had one of our sniper members bank $3,800 today. He's funded with FTMO, and took some trade ideas. We sent to the group, and he banked $3,800. Mario, congratulations, bro. Big day, bro. Almost 4K. Okay, so that's awesome, man. And he's funded with FTMO. Okay, so we help our guys. We help them pass challenges. We teach you guys how to trade with risk management, proper trading. We help you scale your accounts, accumulate those pips, and grow your accounts. If you guys use FTMO and funding talent, or if you guys use self capital, okay, whatever it is, we help you guys trade. Okay. We want to teach you guys how to trade. It's not a secret about trading, but it's all just, if you want to learn scalping, okay, we scalp the markets, okay. We don't really trade like hold positions. I don't personally hold Forex positions overnight, okay. I scalp the markets. I'm in and out, and I close my positions always by 3 p.m. at the latest, 3 p.m. Eastern time. I don't hold with swap sessions and going into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m. I start fresh trading, like when we start this call at 9 p.m., and I go throughout the night, London session, New York, and I close all my positions at 3 p.m. That's personally how I trade, okay? I don't hold overnight Forex. When I trade stocks, yes, I swing trade stocks, but not Forex. Okay, so see the consolidation now, okay? So we had a big move down, okay? This is just where we took the sell, but the move started up here, okay? This is where it created that lower high and the right shoulder of that head and shoulder pattern at 1805. So do the math, 1805, and we got down to just below 1800. So that's a 55 pip move, okay? So it was a big push. That's your impulse push down. So now price is consolidating. See how it's trading sideways? So this is accumulating volume for the next pullback, a strong pullback, okay? So again, I'm looking for a buy like right above here, okay? 1800.75. I want a candle to come above, close above with a retest, and then that's where I could look for a buy and possibly maybe grab 10, 20 pips on a bull reversal, okay? And then if it breaks above here, it could create a new higher high, and we could get back to 1803 and maybe possibly 1805, depending on the momentum. But if we just continue to consolidate here, this could form a bearish flag. This is the pull coming down, the bear pull, and this is the bearish flag. Our side could be cooling off, and the sellers could come down and push it down further, okay? So that's why I'm not interested in a buy until above this area. If not, this price could consolidate, or it's going to come down further. See how the candle is now turning bearish again? Could come down to this level. And really good spreads on gold right now. Like my broker Fusion has a spread of 7 right now. So it's around 7, 8. So which means it's less than a pip. So zero point 0.7 is it's pretty good for gold. And if you trade Bitcoin, it's 2600, 2.6. Okay, so that's Fusion Markets based out in Australia, guys. If you guys are looking for a good broker, check them out. They're really good. Commissions on a standard lot are $4.50, so they're very competitive. They got good spreads and good commissions, and you can trade basically everything with them. Okay, look at the bear candle continuation. Okay, so we broke out of the box and now it's coming down further. Okay, so our next 5-minute support is right here, 1799.25. If we break there, here's our hourly support. Let me know, guys, if you guys are in the sell. Give me like a thumbs up if you guys are in profits on the sell. If you guys are still holding, and also scaling out partial positions. Okay, so if you go up anywhere 10, 20 pips, maybe scale out a little bit of profits and leave a partial runner. Okay, and then you could bring your partial runner with like a break-even stop loss or just below to cover your commissions, and then that's a risk-free trade, no emotions. If gold wants to continue to run later on, like after the call, if it continues to break down leading into London, and then you have that partial runner going and you can collect more profits. But when you're scalping, you're initially looking for a 5, 10, 15 pip move. But if the trend follows, then we start getting, like if we're in a sell situation and it starts to go lower lows, lower highs, then we're going to ride that momentum down. And then that's where we collect. You guys have been on these calls with us where we get 30, 50, 70, 100 pips. We catch these runners. BB King, US or Canada? Where we're based in Canada, just outside Toronto, Canada. So shout outs to all the Canadians out there. But the broker is in Australia. Australian broker, we're based out in Canada. Where you guys from? Drop in the chat, guys, where you guys are from. I like to know where everyone's from. Where are you guys trading around the world? Let me know in the chat. We got traders all around the world on the sniper team, all parts of the world, everywhere. We touch down all continents. So Forex is international, guys. It's one language. Make pips, okay? Everybody understand pips. It doesn't matter if you're from Africa, if you're from India, if you're from Japan, China, Canada, US, Mexico. It doesn't matter where you're from. Pips is international, okay? One language. This right here speaks a language, this profit area, okay? Everybody understands this. But it's just we show you guys how to properly scalp the markets, guys. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join this team. Like it's fun what we do here live. And there's two of us. Dave is my partner, and he trades the opposite with me. So I'm doing the Asian Tokyo tonight. Dave does the New York sessions on YouTube. So join him, man. He's killing it. He's getting 50, 100 pips more. He got almost 400 on the US 30 sell the other day. Like it was ridiculous, guys. Texas, fashion not allowed here. Texas, I'm a big Dallas Cowboys football fan, so Texas in the house, okay? Big D. Hopefully Dallas has a big year this year. Dak Prescott can show us something. I don't know if you're a Houston or a Dallas fan, but okay, guys, so look here on this candle, okay? So this candle now is turning into a pin bar. It came down to 1799.28. That was another profit take. These, to get familiar with the way how I chart, these red lines are 5-minute support and resistance. So when price comes down there, if it comes down for an additional 5 pips, you can scale out. That's what it is. But you got to follow now the direction of the candle. It came down and buyers are pushing it up. There's 5 seconds left on the candle, and this is a long rejection wick on the bottom. So when price came down to here, we had buyers push it up. It closed. Look at where the candle closed. It closed back above this 5-minute support. Okay, now our next candle is turned green. It came down, sellers initially pushed it down, but it's creating a higher low, so we could get buyers again trying to reverse this, and price wants to come back into this box that I have here. This is called a consolidation box. This is like where flow wants to accumulate and distribute in here. Okay, this is where like a lot of market orders are placed in here. Okay, because you can see it's a consolidation box, and we're going to either, price action moves in 3 directions. It's either going to trade sideways around here, or it's going to break out bullish and follow this green arrow path, or we're going to continue to go bearish. And then our third direction is we're going to break down here, come down like how we did, retest this for resistance, and then sellers will come in and hammer it down here. Okay, these are the 3 directions price will move. Okay, there's no other direction price action can. It doesn't matter what you're trading. It's either going to trade sideways. If you identify consolidation, trap it. This is called the sniper trap and gap strategy. We trap it, and you just be patient and disciplined. Guys, if you want to get paid, just be patient. Okay, it's going to make its move. Either it's going to break out bullish with a retest, or it's going to continue going bearish. But you got to understand, we're down here at 30 on RSI, and it's been down here for since at 9:15, and right now it's 10 o'clock. So for 45 minutes it's been down here. You got to understand that there's accumulation going on down there. Okay, and it could be accumulating for the next reversal. Okay, yeah, let's go Cowboys. Let's get this. Okay, so yeah, guys, so that's just how trading works. Okay, there's nothing complicated about trading. The only thing is if you make it complicated. We keep trading simple. Okay, keep it simple, guys. Now look what's happening. We're getting a lot of support down here. We're getting that accumulation, and here's a bullish candle coming up. So we're looking, this will be an impulse break, guys. If you guys like those impulse trades, again, I can't tell you how to trade or what to do, but there's going to be an impulse break, and then there's always going to be a retest with confirmation. Okay, but see how price now is trying to get back into this accumulation area, into this box. And look at the price of the box. Okay, look at the range, 1800.70, and it's basically 1800. So you can see where we're consolidating right at that 1800. Okay, so Antonio, you asked me why 1800. This is why 1800. This is accumulation and distribution at a psychological number, 1800. It's a big number. Okay, so we might now cool off here the rest of the call. And then we'll see where price after the call, you guys know. So we're either going to break above 1800, and we have our targets where price can go. That's why we do our top-down analysis. It makes scalping real easy. We know where price can go to. And then if it breaks down further bearish, I have my next daily support is right here at 1797. And remember there, 1797, that was yesterday where we broke out at 1797. Look at here. This was during yesterday's call, guys, okay? Right here. This was where we got into the buy at 1797 yesterday, and we had that nice bull run up to here to 1802. That's where we grabbed 50 pips. Okay, so we're right back. We could be coming right back down to that zone. Okay, so 1 minute left on this candle. Let's see where it's going to close. Is it going to close back in this consolidation box? And then if you're also looking at your wicks of your candles, this is a low, and we have a lower high and a lower high. So it's trying to penetrate and get above and make a new higher high on the 5 minute. But you can see that there's so much selling pressure still. You can see on the 5 minute candles how much selling pressure there still is. Okay. So it looks like they want to hold price of gold like around this range for a little bit, let it consolidate before its next move. Okay, but we had a really nice move on the sell right here. Okay, so don't get greedy, guys. If you get in those profits, take those profits. We'll look for another sell. We could also chart something else. Like normally I do Bitcoin and gold. I'll have both of them charted. And look at Bitcoin breaking down. Like Bitcoin is really breaking down. Okay, so Bitcoin broke down too. Like this is what consolidation is. Okay, so look at consolidation on Bitcoin. These are 5 minute candles. Okay, when you start to see candles that are the same shape, like right in here, identify that. If you don't want to trade that, don't worry about it. But then look here, look for the like what I told you, 3 directions. This is the trapping gap right here. It wants to consolidate, it's accumulation and distribution. And then look at Bitcoin. Once we started to break, there was multiple retests. Then this candle came down bearish. When you lost the 5-minute support, that wick right there, that's where Bitcoin really dumped, okay? And then you can get into a sell opportunity. And you can take Bitcoin down for a few pips, okay? There's the breakdown. Once we lost there, right there, 34,000, just below 34,200. You lost the support at 34,050, and then it just dumped. Look how far down it came down to. You're looking at 33,100, okay? 33,100 from 34,000. That's a big move, guys. That's a big move. That's like 100 pips right there on Bitcoin, okay? So Bitcoin was moving. Gold is consolidating right here at 1,800, okay? But you see how it's slowly, now it's turning into the spin top candle, bullish pin bar. See this bullish engulfing candle, okay? So now we're starting to get that momentum. But look again, we have to break above 40 on RSI, okay? This is acting as a resistance. Just like I do support and resistance on my candlesticks, I do support and resistance on RSI. I like to see when strength is breaking through a resistance, then it's telling me that it's going to be a bullish or bearish play, and that's where I can collect an additional 5-10 pips or more. And then once it goes up to my next level, 50, and we break above 50, then you're going to see a beautiful reversal happen, okay? But nothing is going to happen until you break out of here, 1800.75. If there's any questions, guys, go ahead. We're going to go about till 10:30 Eastern, another 20-25 minutes. Ross, what's going on, bro? Dave's YouTube is here. It's Stock Sniper Trading. We're the co-founders. We're together. We're partners. We're like brothers. So just subscribe to this channel, Stock Sniper, and you get both of us trading live. So you'll get notifications for all of our live streams. So it's one channel right here, StockSniperTrading.com. So just hit the subscribe, like these videos, guys. Share them with your friends. Bring your friends in here. It's a good interactive community. And look at this, guys, okay? So it came up, but again, look, why are you even thinking about a buy in this area, okay? This is where, don't let gold fool you, okay? Be smart. Look at it. It has not broke above this level, so we don't even have to think about a buy. And look at what sellers do now. That was a very nice bullish candle, and as soon as it hit here, look at the wick where it wicked out, 1800.75, and then sellers push it down, they engulfed it. We could be breaking down here and continuing to go down further in profits and break down further. Okay, don't get fooled with RSI, and don't get fooled up here. Okay. That's why patience and discipline, guys. Trade with the trend. If you don't want to counter trade, if you're not comfortable with counter trading right now when you're scalping, I know it's fast, it takes some time to learn, but just trade with the trend, guys. That's how we teach our snipers. We teach them to trade with the trend. If you feel comfortable trading the sell, we saw it break down, guys, okay? This was easy to see if you did your analysis. This is a head and shoulder pattern. Head and shoulder patterns are bearish. Here's your left shoulder, here's your head, here's your right shoulder. This is where we got to 1805. It wicked out. 1805 is lower than here, 1805.54, and it's lower than 1808. So it's making lower highs. You can even draw a trend line, okay? If you guys want to draw trend lines, go from up here. Draw your trend line like this, and you can see that price is below that trend line. As soon as it touched here on the right shoulder, look at the rejection wick. Okay, look at that big rejection wick, and now it breaks down. It comes down and it breaks below our daily support, and then price really flushes. This was before the call started, guys. So we started the call right here at 9. We did our top-down analysis, and then that's why we caught the tail end of the trade right here. Okay, but if you caught it from 1805, price is at 1800. You collected 50-60 pips. Okay, and look at it coming down. Could come down bearish. Look at the bearish engulfing candle. Okay. But do you see how there's a lot of sideways trading right now? Because we're right at that 1800 psychological level. I warned you guys about that level, okay? So again, it came down and we have a long rejection wick. So this is long rejection wicks on the bottom are showing buyers are stepping in. It's accumulation. This is order flow, guys. Accumulation and distribution for the next move, for the next leg. Okay. There's always got to be accumulation and distribution for the price to move. If there's no accumulation and distribution, then you're not going to have these big explosive moves. Okay. It has to happen with whatever you're trading. You'll always see a price and a price action consolidating at some point, and it's always, especially after big moves. It's after big impulse moves like coming down. It needs to cool off, and maybe it's going to, because you're cooling off RSI too. Okay, and then that's where it's accumulating and distributing. Yeah, okay, Ross. Yeah, check them out in the morning. Also for US 30. Yeah, if you like to trade indices, we like to trade indices more in the New York session because they really move with the markets. But we trade everything. But US 30 NAS indices, they're more volatile. They move a lot in the New York sessions. And also, guys, for the guys with smaller accounts, they're commission free. So indices are really good to trade. You can collect a ton of pips, and you don't even have to pay commissions. So you save commissions in your pocket. When we're trading gold, Bitcoin, and other currency pairs, we have to pay commission fees. Okay, but keep that in mind. The indices are commission free. Yeah, so awesome. Thanks for subscribing, Ross. Yeah, so guys, just whatever. And on these calls, we're averaging 50 to 100 pips on these calls. Some days we're not going to get them because it all depends on the market, right? But for the most part, we've been killing it. Like we're almost at 3,000 pips this week for the entire group for live trading and trade ideas. Like it's been awesome. Okay. And we'll do webinars too on here. Okay, so we'll get you guys. Are you guys? Do you guys like scalping, like candlesticks? Do you guys want to learn more about price action and how candlesticks work, or like let me know in the chat. What are you guys? What do you guys want to learn more about? Technical indicators or more for price action? Are you guys really want to learn how price action moves? That's more candlesticks and things like that. When divergence is confirmed, ideally, what do you look for when exiting? Yeah, so like where we identified that bullish divergence, the way how I set it up, we saw it, but I also I use the divergence line also as like a trend line. So I look for the RSI to either break above it, but if it starts to break above it, then I get rid of it and I continue to go with the momentum. But also I look for a divergence for the third leg of divergence. Okay, there could be the first leg where you guys spot it could just be that this first initial like pullback. Then the second divergence that's spotted, remember there's more accumulation happening there, okay? But then the third divergence that you spot, that could be the one that really has that nice push that really reverses, okay? So also know that divergence has different levels, 1, 2, and 3, okay? So the first one could just be the initial pullback. Second one could be where it's accumulating more, but you still have that divergence. And then the third one, it could be the final one that gives that nice push where it can reverse out of a downtrend and it comes bullish, okay? Because you need a lot of momentum to reverse a trend. I'm talking reversing, like making new higher highs, not just a pullback. Okay, so price is really slow on gold right now, okay, because it's consolidating. There's nothing we can do as traders right now. So if you're still in this sell, okay, at 1802.50, and you're down here at 1800, just below there, okay, so you're up 25, 30 pips, scale out a little bit and leave a small runner, okay, if you haven't already, because price could eventually start to reverse. But if we continue to close below 1800, sellers could come in and start pushing this down back down to this hourly right here, 1798.50, and if it breaks below there, here's our next daily support, guys, right here, 1797. And there's a lot of action at a daily support. So this is where maybe we could have the buyers step in here, because remember, this is a daily candle right here. This is the yellow line, daily support. So we could have a lot more momentum buying coming down here, okay? If it reaches down here. If it starts to cool off here, then the reversal could happen. But again, I'm looking for a trade above this green line right up here, like this arrow. I'm looking for, if I get into a buy, I'm looking for this direction right here, this level, 1800.75. Okay, here's our bullish candle again. Okay, so look at now. Okay, so here you can see a little bit of divergence. Okay, so this could be the next leg of divergence coming up. Again, we're getting this bullish candle. Look at the RSI. Okay, I'm looking for this break above 40. Okay, remember this was previous RSI resistance right here. Again, it could be coming right back up, but if we can't get above here, above 40, then sellers could come in and just push it down, and RSI could continue to make another lower high and come back down. Okay, but we're looking for that push above 40, and then we're also looking for the candle to close above this area right here, 1800.70. That's looking for the buy. And then if we start to break down further, then we're looking for a sell down here. We're looking for a sell to break below here, 1799.27, these lower wicks right here. This could be another sell entry down here. Okay, while gold is just cooling off there, take a look at Bitcoin, what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin, see now Bitcoin is now consolidating, okay? So it made its big bearish move coming down, and look at now the price, how it's just trading sideways, okay? So again, you can trap this right now. I would trap this like right here, okay? See how the bodies are within that rectangle box? Price is just trading around here. And again, now you're looking for direction for a breakout. If you get a possible bullish breakout, you're looking for price of Bitcoin to get up to this level, 35,530, then up to here, 33,700, then up to here, 33,800, and continue to get up there. If we start going bearish, we break below 33,300, price action can come down to 33,200, then the wick right there, 33,100, and if it breaks 33,100, you got to look left and come over here and find price action right over here. So you got to come July 2nd now. Last time Bitcoin was down to 33,000 over here was July 2nd at 11 a.m. Then if it breaks down 33,000, you're looking 32,900, and here's where it can go. And then that's where you have all your take profits, and you know where the direction's going. Okay, so that's Bitcoin, guys. It's consolidating again, and then you're looking for your direction. You're looking for the breakout, impulse break with a retest here, go back up, make a higher high, maybe a pullback, and then create a new higher high. And then that's your direction for Bitcoin. Okay, and then all of this is a no trade zone. Don't trade this. Then what you're looking for the bearish break. We're getting this bearish candle, could break and test these wicks right here, have an impulse break down, okay, right around there, pull back up. You now sell orders are there, a lot of sellers, and then they push, make a lower low, pull back, lower high, and then drop the price of Bitcoin down to here. Okay, very simple stuff, guys. Okay, that's the direction of Bitcoin. And then you could have, again, the way how I do my support and resistance, that's where the take profits are. You could grab 10, 20, 50 pips on Bitcoin. Okay, so again, look at what happened with this price action. We had this, remember, this was a bullish candle. It came all the way up to here at 1834, and now it's got a rejection wick, and sellers are continuing to push it down. So this candle has 35 seconds to go. It's turning into a pin bar candle coming down. So we're going to watch the close, the volume. I'm interested also in the volume of the candle, not just the wicks. I want to see where this volume is going to go. Is it going to close below this 5-minute support, 1799.70, okay? Or is it going to hold there? And you see when price is consolidating, it's kind of boring when it's consolidating, but you still have to do your technicals. You got to analyze what's going on. because if you do this, you're patient, you're disciplined, when it does eventually break out bullish or bearish, then you're good for 10, 20, 30, 40 pips, okay? It just requires patience, guys, okay? And then you can see when it starts to slow down how gold moves during Tokyo, okay? It's got its big moves, but then when it starts to slow down, you really see how it slows down. And then now, guys, I'm just going to flip to my hourly candles just to show you guys before we wrap up this call how the hourly candles look on gold, okay? So these are our hourly candles. This was the candle that we traded right here. This was 9 to 10 p.m. Okay, this was the bearish candle. That's where we got into that sell. Okay, you see where it started. It started up here at 1805, bearish engulfing candle. The yellow line, guys, is daily support. So our hourly candle broke daily support. That's why we can see it more clearly when we're scalping 5-minute candles. And it came all the way down. Okay, and then look at the next hourly support right here. This candle. This was at 1 p.m. today. Okay, it came down to 1800.73. That's why do you think I'm looking for a buy at 1873? Because this is previous support, so this is going to act as hourly resistance. So if we can break above this on the 5 minutes, then I could see price action reversing. But I'm not taking a buy until I see it get above here, because otherwise it could still come down bearish on the hourly. Right now our new hour candle is like a spin top candle. It's got a lot of indecision. It's a neutral candle, but if the body starts turning thin, red, it could come down and test this area, 1798. This is our next hourly support. And then look at here. This was July 7, 10 a.m. today. This is when we came all the way down to right here. This is why we created this daily support right here at 1797. So price could come down there. If we break below 1797, look at the next hourly support right here. 1795, 1794. Next here, 1791. That's daily support. So you can see if we start going bearish later tonight, where price can move to, guys, okay? Now the hourly candle is turning into a 5-minute spin top. Or sorry, a spin top candle. Look at now the 5-minute candles. Okay, so the 5-minute candles could start to be breaking down slowly here. Okay. Is there any questions, guys, before we wrap this call up? Okay. And we're gonna go again tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I'll be doing this session, Tokyo. Again, 9 p.m. Eastern. Dave, guys, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss out. Hit the notifications. Dave's going to be doing the New York session tomorrow. There's a lot of folders, a lot of news tomorrow, so the markets will be moving. So hopefully we can get a lot of pips tomorrow morning, and then we'll continue in the evening. And look at this. So that's why I showed you guys how the hourly candles were moving. And then now when you scalp 5-minute candles, look at the bearish candle coming down. All we got to do right now is break this support, 1799.22, and price could come down to our next hourly support. Okay, so we're getting bearish momentum from our higher time frame. Look at the hourly candle. Remember, it was a spin top candle, and now it's got a bullish or a bearish body coming down. So all it's got to do is break here. That's that 5-minute support I'm looking at, 1799.25, and price could come all the way back down here. Okay. And again, it was breaking down slowly. Like, look at what it's been doing. It's been making lower lows and lower highs. This was a lower low, pull back, made a lower high, continued to go down bearish down here, made a new lower low. It pulled back. Here's our new lower high. This is where I'm looking for a buy later on if price gets above 1875. But if not, if it continues to go bearish, now we're looking for a new lower low. All we got to do is break below 1799.25, and we're creating a new lower low, and price could possibly come down to 1798.50. Okay. But if you've made your pips and you're happy, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pips, pack it in for the night. Just relax. You know, that's good enough. Look to come back, get some good sleep, come back, in the markets tomorrow morning and look for another 50 pips. Come back in the evening, grab. So if you're grabbing all these pips a day, like just have a daily goal, guys. I can't stress that enough. Have a daily goal. Don't start off crazy, like say you're gonna make 200-300 pips a day, because that's difficult to do. Okay, it's not easy to make 100, 200, 300 pips a day. Okay, give yourself a reasonable number of pips. You normally like 20 to 30 pips a day is a good number to start off with. If you start doing that, track your progress, guys, your daily progress. If you start doing that consistently, then look at your lot size, what you're using, and then adjust your lot size accordingly. And then you can know how much money you can make per day, per week, per month, so on and so forth. And then once you get really good at that, if you're doing 20 pips per day consistently for a couple weeks, look for 30 pips or maybe 40 pips. Continue doing what you're doing. Just study the markets, analyze them for the best volatility. Okay. If you trade a session like this and it's real choppy, like let's say you just started trading right now, you came in at 10:30, you want to trade now till midnight. So if you see what the price action is doing right now, I would look at my computer, I would see this chart, I would trap all these candles, I would see its consolidation, I would look for a buy signal up here or a sell signal down here. If it continues to trade choppy sideways like this, I wouldn't even be trading. I wouldn't waste my time. I would come back later on, maybe during London session, see what's going on there, and New York session. Okay, so you got to understand too what the price is doing. Okay, you don't want to sit in front of a computer if it's just consolidating for an hour, 2 hours. It's not worth it. Okay, because even look at the range. If you're trying to trade these candles, 1876, and it came down to right here, just below 1800. It's all it is like a 10 pip move, but it's real choppy. It's red, green, red, green. Like it's very difficult to trade candle by candle. So what you're looking for is you're looking for a nice trend. The play was up here, okay? Just before the call started, you see that head and shoulder pattern. That's what told us that it was going to be bearish, okay? This is like when you see a pattern forming, guys, we teach you how to trade patterns too. Okay, it's identifying the patterns and going with it with price action. And then also with the RSI, look when the RSI broke below 50 right here. Okay, that's where you had that big rejection and that bearish candle close below the daily support and then head lower, making lower lows. It was all when it broke down at the 50 RSI, and that's what took us down to below 30. We pulled back, got rejected at 40, pulled back again, and look at we can continue. Look at now, price is going down. Okay, and look at the RSI continuing to break below 30 again. Okay, so we have now like a new resistance on RSI right there at 36. So we also have a lower high on our RSI. Okay.